For theater organ lovers, and most certainly the Wurlitzer faithful, a trip to upstate New York conjures up thoughts of visiting the motherland. For the first time since 1964 and that fifth convention gathering of what was then known as ATOE, we return to Rochester, Buffalo, and the hallowed grounds of North Tonawanda, New York for the 2019 annual convention of the American Theatre Organ Society. Back then, it was one legend after another: Pearl White, Melody Mack, Leonard McLean, Reginald Fort, Gaylord Carter, and hometown favorite Tom Grierson. Farney Wurlitzer presided at a luncheon and spoke with incredible clarity about the theater organ history of his family's famous firm. 55 years later, we return to indulge in some of the most sumptuous sounds emanating from any pipe organ chambers anywhere on earth, presented by today's budding legends, some of the finest in our distinctive art form on the great organs of Western New York. It's not New York City, but 265 miles north and west, between Niagara Falls and the distinctive Finger Lakes region. Rochester, where Xerox and Kodak provided the economic engines for a city that boasts art, festivals, world-famous museums and culture, and for us, a home base for the ATOS Convention in 2019. The beautiful Rochester Riverside Hotel sits right on the scenic Genesee River, and a convention room rate of $109 and just $4 a day parking helps make this a most affordable July 4th trip. There is free transportation to and from the airport and to and from restaurants within a 3-mile radius of the hotel, plus free Wi-Fi, a business center, fitness center, sauna, and outdoor pool, all the creature comforts we seek at a most affordable rate. Our musical adventure begins Sunday morning, June 30th, with an optional pre-glow event. It encompasses a tour of 5 spectacular classical pipe organs located in 4 equally spectacular venues. The historic George Eastman Museum of Photography is stop 1, where we'll have ample time to tour the mansion and galleries while listening to the restored 106-rank Aeolian organ, reputed to be the largest of its type ever installed in a residence. From the museum, it's a short trip to the Memorial Art Gallery to experience the 17th century Baroque Italian organ installed there. Then it's on to St. Paul's Episcopal Church with its recently restored 68-rank 1927 Skinner. A buffet lunch then precedes our last stop, Christ Church Episcopal, and its recreated 18th century Casperini organ and the recently restored and augmented 19th century Hook and Hastings. Presenting these organs will be 2 giants of the classical organ field. Professor David Higgs is the director of the organ program at the Eastman School of Music, and Nathan Lauba, also on staff at Eastman, is one of the finest international touring artists in the world. The organs and the music will be spectacular. The pre-glow is limited to just 100, so you will want to register and sign up early. Then, Sunday night, we begin. The short ride from the Riverside Hotel to the Auditorium Theater will find us in the home of the Rochester Theatre Organ Society and the RTOS Grierson 423 Wurlitzer, which has been providing the highest level of concert programming for more than 50 years. The opening artist isn't yet 30, but David Gray is as exciting as it gets and will get us kicked off with a bang. Monday morning leaves time for meetings, and then back to the Auditorium Theater for the 2017 Organist of the Year, Jerry Nagano. Later, we'll gather at the hotel's grand ballroom for a no-host cocktail party, and then off to the Rochester Museum and Science Center for the annual Young Theater Organists competition. It'll be exciting to hear the new talent and enjoy the 312 Wurlitzer at the Eisenhardt Auditorium. Tuesday morning, it's off to North Tonawanda and a stop at the Wurlitzer Factory Building. Genuflecting not necessary, but the photo op is irresistible. Then, off to the Riv. The Riviera Theater boasts the famous Painted Ladies console, and Nathan Avakian will be playing the historic instrument, often used by the Wurlitzer Company to show off its medium-sized theater organs. Today, it's in great shape, sounding wonderful. Following the Riv, talk about special, we head to Shea's Buffalo Theater, fully restored and gorgeous, and one of the most thrilling sounds in any theater anywhere, the original 428 Wurlitzer. We're going to wrap two great concerts around dinner in Buffalo. First up, Mark Herman, and what we know will be an afternoon of the Great American Songbook. Following dinner at a restaurant of your choice, and the theater area is full of many fine eateries in all price ranges, we'll return to listen to the great sounds of the great Richard Hills. Those two artists, that theater, that sound, this will be a memorable day indeed. On Wednesday, a scenic trip through the gorgeous Finger Lakes wine country, a stop for lunch, and then on to our destination, historic Elmira, New York. This was home of the Hope Jones Organ Company. It's the burial site of Mark Twain, and today is home of the beautiful Samuel L. Clemens Center for the Performing Arts and an original 320 Mar & Colton that survived two major floods and years of neglect. It's been beautifully resurrected by David Peckham. Now a thrilling 432 with Wurlitzer editions. This organ is amazing, as is the afternoon artist Simon Gledhill, among three of our favorites from Great Britain performing in 2019. You'll then enjoy dinner provided in Elmira, and then back to the Clemens Center, and the artist is your host, David Peckham, performing with the Paragon Ragtime Orchestra for an evening of great music. Thursday, July 4th, will begin at the famous First Universalist Church, designed in 1907 and home to Hope Jones' Opus No. 2. This 313 is vastly different than the later Wurlitzer models, but most interesting nonetheless. And 2017 YTOC winner Alex Jones, a graduate of Eastman, will take command of this historic instrument. Thursday afternoon, it's back to the Auditorium Theater, where Dave Wickerham will close the convention with his great concert and prepare us for the awards ceremony and banquet back at the hotel, just in time for fireworks on the riverfront in downtown Rochester. And as usual, yes, Virginia, there's more. The Afterglow event will include a stop at Niagara Falls and a first-hand look at America's honeymoon capital, lunch at the Niagara Falls Culinary Center, and then off to the Riv, and the theater organ doing what it was made to do, a company silent film. Clark Wilson was obviously made to do this too, as the world's greatest practitioner of the art form will weave his musical magic to the visions on the silver screen. A visit to the famed Herschel Carousel Factory Museum will round out the activities before the bus ride back to Rochester. Great theaters like the Auditorium, the Riv, the Clemens Center, and oh boy, Shea's Buffalo, the 423, the 428 Wurlitzers, and the 432 Mar & Colton Part Wurlitzer, and oh boy, the lineup of great players. Mark your calendars now for June 30th to July 5th, and the 2019 ATOS Annual Convention. Rochester, Buffalo, Elmira, Western New York, and our hosts, RTOS, partnering with ATOS, creating an exciting event not to be missed.